Hi guys, this is Ruth the Crafter Mom, and today we're gonna do something a little different. So we're gonna talk about how to create a book journal using your happy planner, happy notes. And I am gonna give you a couple tips of how did I start it, my own book journal. So if you wanna know more about it, just stay tuned. Okay, so I started reading when I was about 10 years old, and I wish I would have had a book journal where I could have just written down the books that I read. Because when you ask me now which books I have read, I can tell you a couple of them, but I cannot tell you all of the books that I have read through the years. I remember here and there books, and then, when a book appears out of nowhere, I was like, oh, I read this. Or I'm like, oh my God, what was this book about? And so on. Okay, so we're gonna divide this video in a couple of like important tips that I think they are necessary. So here's tip number one. Check out other creators. You can check on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever you feel it's necessary. You can even go to Pinterest for ideas and kind of see what's your vibe on journaling. So for book journaling, there's many types. I am gonna focus on what I do, that is a discount. For me, it is an easy way. I can put pages, I can take out pages, and I can reorganize the order and everything. And it is one of the most amazing things that Happy Planner has done for me, is the book journaling. Okay, so once you see what you want and you see the different things that each creator does, because we do challenges, we have trackers, and then we have book reviews and all this stuff, you will be able to decide what you want. And in the last part of the video, where I don't show my face but I show my hands, you will be able to see what I did in 2022 and I'm doing right now in 2023, so it will be like a little different. Okay, point number two. So what's your reading style? Do you read just paper books? Do you read audiobooks? Do you do a little bit of both? Do you also incorporate a Kindle or a Nook? Whatever you do, this will be able to see, you will be able to see how you can incorporate that on your book journal. You can even create a template that is based on how many audiobooks you read a month. I've seen so many creators do that. Now, if you just do audiobooks, how many books have you read on physical or on, the electronic readers? The possibilities are endless. Also, after that is, you have to decide how many books you want to read in a month. There's not a small amount of books or a big amount of books. Some of us, we can read 5 books a month. Some of us, we can read 12 books a year. Some of us, we can read 100 a year. So it depends. Never, what's the right word? Never compare yourself with others. Do what you can do at your own pace. Once you define your goal, which is the most important thing, you can start creating or accommodating the templates that you're gonna find according to your needs. So now that we have all of these basic things defined, and we had already checked out different creators, and we have sort of an idea what we want to do, let's jump to step 3. I think downloading different apps on your smartphone is very important. The most important for me is Goodreads. Once I download Goodreads, everything changed for me. I was able to put my goal of the year, and that helped me, kept me accountable of how fast I was reading, how slow I was reading. It helped me connect with other readers. that they were not only my family and friends, but people that I really don't know in real life. And I was able to see what they were doing, what they were reading, um, how did they like the book, you know. Another important thing about this app is that it ranks books from 1 star to 5 stars. So it has the capability where you can scan the book, the cover of the book, and it tells you how many stars it has. The more amount of stars it has, the better the book. So that's how I do when I go to the library or the bookstore. I actually scan the cover and I see how good it is, because sometimes we just see a good cover and really nice illustration and we're like, I need to have that book. But then we're like disappointed by what the book is about. So this is very helpful. So Goodreads. Then we have Audible. If you want to do audiobooks, this is very helpful. You pay an amount every month. I think it's about $16 a month, and you have a credit each month that you can download a book that it stays there forever in your library. And then if you get the unlimited, I think it's around the same price. I think it's the same package for $16. You are able to get other books for free during the month that are part of their pack. Another good thing is that if you have a Kindle, you can do Kindle Unlimited. So you pay each month, or you can pay like by year, and then you have tons of books that you can read on your e-reader. If you have a Nook, you can also purchase books through Barnes and Nobles. If you don't own an e-reader, you can also use your iPad or your tablet. You just download the app. And right now I don't have a Kindle. I hopefully will have a Kindle soon, but because I don't have it, I read it through this when there's a book that I downloaded on the Kindle format. And my must-have app is called Libby. Libby is an app that connects with your library. And when it connects with your library, so if you don't have a library card, stop this video. Go and get your library card and then come back. Okay, you're back. You did all that. Okay, now download the app. And once you download the app, you go and sign in with the number of the card and everything. So you can do 3 ways of books. You can do audiobooks, which is what I do. That's why I use Libby for. You can do Kindle, so e-readers, or you can do physical books. So it is easy, and you rent the book or the audiobook for 15 days. Now, if the book it is not available in your library, you can put it on hold. So once it becomes available, you will be, according to when you were waiting online, like a regular line that you do, when it's your turn, you will get the book and you will be able to read it. That's how I've been reading so many audiobooks for the past year, and it is amazing. So if you don't want to spend money, this is totally free. You can use the Libby app. There's more apps. I will put it on the description below so you can check them out. Let's go to point number 4. Okay, so for this last point, what we're gonna do is we're going to move the camera so you can see my planner, and you can see all the different templates that I use on 2022 and the ones that I'm doing on 2023. And then we will go back to our face-to-face conversation. Okay, so either you have a discount, you have a spiral notebook, you have a regular notebook, or you want to go digital. You need to start building your journal. So in this case, I use discount. Why? I found it super easy to pop pages, and take them out. And that's what I prefer. The creators that I put in point number 1, there is some of them that they do bujo, so they do notebooks. There's other ones that, like me, use discount. So it's up to you what do you want to do, what do you feel more comfortable with. Now that you have all, situated what you want to do, let's say you want to go this bound, like just like me, what would you do? You need to decide what templates do you need, and how you're gonna decide that. Once you watch all the YouTube videos, you can start writing down, hey, maybe I can do this template, maybe I can do this tracker, etc. So you kind of figure it out that way. And this is what I did last year. So I started with my reading 100 books, and I did 100 books. So first I had done 50 books. And once I passed the 50 books, I needed a bigger tracker. So I had to rewrite everything and do it as 100. And this tracker, you can find it at Plan with Elise. There's other creators. I'm putting it all over here in this side of the screen, that they have different reading bookshelves. There is even one that it is just a pretty paper shop that she does it in a sticker paper, so you can just put it on your paper and it looks pretty. Creators like Planning with Erin, she has one for her hobonichi also, and it's not this bound, so that's something to see. I have a couple also of inserts that they are for the hobonichi that I pass it. All of this stuff you can find it on Etsy. Even if you don't want to purchase the ones that I'm like letting you know here that I recommend you can find other creators, but just typing down on Etsy and you will be able to download it. One important thing is, please use, I'm gonna put it here, this paper over here. It's a little bit pricey, but it's worth it if you're gonna use paper, and it lasts a very long time. I bought mine at the beginning of last year, and I still have like more than half a package of it. And it's also because I double print, and you will see. I don't double print it on here, I think. Not yet, at least. So this one, like I said, it helps me see how many books I read. And believe me when I tell you, this made me want to read more books. I was so happy when I saw it. And yeah, I didn't finish reading 100 books. You do not need to finish it. You don't even need to finish reading like half of it. But at least it makes you want to read more. And that's the important part. Like I said, remember, you read at your own pace. We all read at different paces. I have this one also that is a monthly review, and it lets me see how many pages I read. Okay, important fact. Do you see this? 283, 330, 291, and then we jump to 1493 pages. The big difference is that this month I started with audiobooks, and audiobooks changed my life. People think that audiobooks are not a way of reading. Yes, it is reading. You just have to open your mind. But it is reading. I am a convert person, and I'm a believer that audiobooks is the new way of reading. But I still want my books. I still want to smell them, Okay. These inserts, you can find it at Plan with Elise also. I make my own Diva divisions. So I don't have this on my shop, but if it will be something that you guys would like me to put it up on my shop, I will definitely do it. So, I make all this, book journal 2022, and then I put like challenges 2022. This reading 50 books was my reading challenge for Goodreads. You can also find it on Plan with Elise. You have the 50 and you have the 100. This year I went to 100, and if you see, I printed on a Happy Planner page. It's very easy with your printer. If you want a video how do I print, let me know also. I will be more than happy to show you how do I do that. I have an HP Envy, and I printed double-sided. I figured out how to do all that stuff. This book bingo was one of the things that I like it the most, and I actually decorated. So if you're a decorative planner, you can definitely do this. Add some stickers, make it look your own. This is by Plan with Elise again, and I added different, I did mine, I selected categories that I wanted to do, and And if you see, I didn't do 2. And don't get overwhelmed if you don't finish a bingo. You know, try as much as you want, like as you can. I added it and I did it. I'm doing it this year, and I think I'm doing much better because I'm trying to see what things work and what didn't work through the year. And to make it easier for me, I made a legend here in the back with the books that made the bingo. And I also put like stickers and stuff, so you see, like, you make it your own. Now the A to C challenge, I also made it my own. I put some stickers from Happy Planner, as you see in a Happy Planner page. And I didn't finish also this one. I was missing X and Z. I had a Z, but I didn't have the chance to read it. I never found an X. And hopefully this year I can find it. I haven't found books still for these 3 letters on this one, on the 2023. So let's see what I can do. But it was fun to do this challenge, so I recommend you to do this one. Plan with Elise has one, and I do have one also on my Etsy shop, and I will link all of this stuff below. I just want to tell you, where can you find it? Where did I find this ones? Now this repeats because I had to do it like that for a reel, but it's the same thing. This one I created, and then I made it into a template for my Etsy shop. And I love that I was able to select a book that I like the most through the year, each month, to put it there. Now January, this was the only book I read, so obviously I had to put it. February, this was the only book I read, so I put that, and so on. There's some months that I read not many books, so my selection was very slim, very you know, like I had not too many options. But it is a nice way to see what books impact you the most through the year, and you can give recommendations to others. Now, I didn't put a picture on this one because I was very lazy. I didn't want to print a big one, but I made my book of the year template also, and it's also on my Etsy shop, as well as my book of the month. And I put a thank you for listening was my book of the year. It was such a fabulous book. I really enjoy it really much. We're not going to talk about it. I'm just going to show you what it is, how you can do it. Now, one thing that I created was last year, it was a books to read. So it was my to be read list. And I love that I have so many. And as you see, I have still space to put more. And I was able to read a couple of them. And I still haven't read all of this. I think, yeah, I haven't read none of this that are here. So and then I made one for the fall, and I read, oh my god, whatever I did here is what I read. Then I did a summer read list also. So if you see, I try to use my stickers and just be creative, you know, like just put what I like I want. And I made also a summer reading bingo for it, which I did all of them. But because I didn't write what they were, I do not remember which book was it. If you want a tracker, I have a tracker. I have several trackers for reading. This is one of them. And I used it last year, and it worked really nice. Then I have this one, which is my favorite part of everything. This was created by Plan with Elise, the templates. And it is the ones that I put the picture, I put the name of the book, when did I start reading, when did I finish, how many stars did I give it in Goodreads. I put the genre, and I put how many pages it was, and then I put a quote of the book that I really like. Now, if you don't want to put a quote, you can also, a good idea to put here in this space is to put a brief summary of what the book was about. So now when you go through books, you know, when you go through the years and somebody asks you, you can say, like, wait a second, let me see how I rate it, and just check it out. And this, I will do it once a week. I will sit down and I will just, you know, put my little books and fill it up. And you know, it gave me a time just to myself to be able to, you know, work on this stuff and update it. And you can do this in different ways. I'm not gonna show you how I did it. I use a sticker paper. There's some people that they use just regular paper and they print it. You can check Plan with Elise or Knit Planches. They show you how to do these little covers on Canva. So it's very easy. You know, you do it really fast and then you can just put it over there. And one thing that I have done that I can say is I use this. So I printed all the covers of the books that I have on physical and on audiobook and the ones that I really want to read. And so I have them already printed and I put it in this little plastic container that I had gum. It is like a mega pack for gum. I don't remember which gum it is, but I'm sure if you go to the grocery store, you will be able to see it. And I put them already cut and they are ready to be put here. So I don't waste any time. And as you see, I have like many of them. In the back of here, I can show you how I have some of them already that I need to cut. Oh, I cannot take it off. And I have it over here. So, you know, I have big covers and now they repeat in the small ones because I do like a little recap of all the books that I have. So, you know, so you see how it is. Right now I'm reading Spare at the moment of that I'm recording this book. So I already have it ready. Okay, so that's for that. And I wanted to show you real quick other things. So what you can do is you divide this into categories. So I do challenges. In my challenges for this year, I have, again, I said the alphabet challenge. I have the Goodreads 100 books challenge. I have to update it because I'm up to here if I'm not mistaken. Book bingo. Not the book bingo again. I have a Colleen Hoover tracker where I track my reading list and I have it like repeated. This is like the correct way of reading it, and this is just the books that I found on an Etsy shop and I printed and I decorated with stickers. So this one, I'm able to pass it from year to year into my new reading journal. So this I created last year, so does this one, and I'm just gonna continue flipping it. If I don't finish reading all her books this year, it will go for next year and so on. I have a book talk checklist. All of this you can find it on my YouTube. What am I talking about? On my Etsy shop. And it's kind of like, you know, suggestions of what to read next. That Book Talk says that are some of the hottest books to read, and I have read a couple of them, and so far I've been liking it, all of them. So I believe, you know, Book Talk is right. I need to keep reading. My niece read this one and she said she liked it, but it's like more like a comic book, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Hopefully I can. I just got the audiobook for this one, so I'm gonna do this as an audiobook. I'm very excited. It's 7 hours, so it's a thing that I can do in one day. I have this as an audiobook too also that I need to read. I'm reading this right now as my regular book, and I have tons of these ones already on physical books, so I need to read them. I also have, I made a page, the 2022 Goodreads Choice Awards. This is not on my Etsy shop. I did it myself. If you want something like this, please let me know and I can put it up. But this is just the books that they were by genre. They were like the best books. They win the awards for Goodreads. I also participate in a couple of challenges on Instagram. Bookopoly is one, and then I have the bingo by the Bad Beach Book Club. I have this one also that is the monthly challenge, and I have it on my Etsy, and I created this as a way of challenging myself to read a book in a different genre that month specifically. Now, if you're reading a book a month, this will be perfect to decide what book you should read each month. Let's say crime that month of January, romance for the month of February, a biography for the month of March. There's so many alternatives that you can do, and you can also create your own. Now, I'm doing this, and I have to be honest, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Don't feel bad if it doesn't work. Find a way for it to work, give it a chance, and if still doesn't work, then just let it go. It's not for you. Don't be disappointed and discouraged. Okay, that's one important thing that you need to know. And these are one of the ones that right now it is not working 100%, and I wanted to make it work. So by the end of the month, I will have, another page here that it will say the names and everything, and I will redo it completely. That means that I have to redo the page behind it probably. Yeah, it is what it is. My next division was the trackers, and for my trackers, I added this reading tracker, and it's helping me to figure it out. I haven't updated yet. I need to update it, but I have read through all the days. And it helps me see how much I read through the month. And as you see, like so far I have read like almost 100%. Another tracker that I have that I think is very beneficial is the books I currently own. So those are the books on my to be read list that are ready to be read. They are either physical, a Nook, a Kindle, or an audiobook. And once I'm done, what I'm doing is highlighting it. This is for kids, so if you have any kids, I have this on my NC as well. I created this list for Black History Month, and I am reading books from it. And I started on February that it was a Black History Month, and I'm gonna continue adding and checking it out if I read it, because I really want to read more books that are for Black history. That I created it in regular Happy Planner, Happy Notes page. And then we have the books read. I put there my reading 100 books list. And I have all my books that I've been reading, and I printed extra pages. So we already checked that out. Then my next division is a monthly recap. And on that, I'm recapping how many pages I have read so far. I'm putting the book of the month. And this is a good way to check your month and glance. So I have my reading goals for the month, the new releases of the month that I want to get, or that I just want to get for free as well, the days of the week that I've been reading, also how many days it took me to read the book. I have this one for free on my Instagram biography, so if you click on the link on my bio, you will be able to check this and get this for free, because I also have the one for April ready. And then I have this one that is not necessary, but I really wanted to do it since last year. I saw many people doing it and I thought it was cute. So it's just like that. And I think I should have added maybe next year. What I'm gonna add, I'm gonna put here a space that will say quote of the month. And you will be choosing the quote of the month of all of these ones, which is the quote that I like it the most. That's an extra step, and it's just for fun. I have February here. It's also a good way to see how many books you read. You'll see January I read so many, and then February I didn't read too much. So let's see how the other months go, and I just, put them there. All of this, I created them on Canva. It is very easy, and I did all this for myself. If you're interested again, I can put it on my Etsy. Just let me know. And I take that, extra step for you. And then I have book reviews. I usually don't do book reviews, but when I do it, I want to have them like that separated, and I created that page. And then I have my 2023 year in review that I will do at the end of the year, and my book of the year also. And that's pretty much it, how I am working my 2023, reading book journal. Different from my 2022, I added a couple things that were working and that I wanted to continue. And then I added extra things that I thought it would be good as I am continuing my journey in reading. So now let's get back to my face. So that's it. That's all for today that I have for you guys. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. If you want to follow me on Goodreads, I will put my Goodreads also here so you can do it. I love to have more friends there. And be sure you're following me also on Instagram and on TikTok. And that's all for today. Thank you. Bye bye.